And when you have vitality to live that is born out of connection to Dharma, this will produce prosperity. We always want prosperity to be like this wave of money that comes into our life. That money's just going to cause you problems. Give me a break. This is what it does. So money is a problem maker just as much as it's helpful. Money's totally helpful too. I'm not talking bad about money. Please, money, please no, I'm not talking bad about you. Lord have mercy, I would never talk bad about you. You don't want to talk bad about money because we all would like to have plenty of money to live and be comfortable and to do the things we're here to do. Money causes problems too. It's just energy. And so when there's a lot of energy around, it gives you things, but every blessing has its equal and opposite curse. But when we're kind of hypnotized by the material world, we forget that the more pleasurable things, such as money, have an equal and opposite downside. And so it's nothing. It doesn't mean we don't want still to have plenty of money, but it's going to cause. But we also are realistic with it. Comes with its own weight. And so therefore, if for whatever the energies that are coming into our life, we want to create systems of working with it, so that whatever weight is there, we can transfer off of our shoulders and our nervous systems. And whatever kind of helpful energy is there, is that we use it wisely. So that's why part of prosperity is having an honorable relationship with your money and not treating it like it's nothing. But just like we do our best to treat all the breaths we have in a day with good awareness. Not that we're always consciously breathing, but that just means we're feeling like our life is precious. Well, the same way that any sort of positive resources that come to us, that we receive them with gratitude. And when we receive them with gratitude, then it expands. Gratitude is an expansive energy. So this is how you work Saturn energy into your prosperity energy. Saturn energy, it helps you build the systems for your life. It gives you systems of discipline. And so part of a system of discipline could be a sadhana about your spiritual practice, but another sadhana of discipline is having a system for the monetary energies that are coming through your life, or having a system for how the relationship energy in your life is handled. And it doesn't mean creating some rigid, overly built system. It just means that we kind of have a certain understanding of what these energies take in order for them to remain healthy in our life. Relationships require communication to stay healthy. That's how the energy exchanges in between two people primarily. Of course, other ways too. But the main way to make a relationship work is to make sure that there's communication that's happening back and forth in some sort of a consistent flow, in some sort of a consistent way. So we're always wise to make sure that whatever systems we're creating in our life have room for flow. They have flexibility, but yet there's enough of a structure there that it helps to make sure that, for instance, communication will happen. The bills will be paid for. The investments will be made. So we create systems in our life in order to help energy flow. So that's why Saturn and Venus harmonize together. So Saturn, for like Capricorns and Aquarius, Venus is the best planet. For Venusians, like Librans and Taurus, Saturn becomes the best planet. They work with each other beautifully in that particular fashion. But that in our life, that's what it means. Or one thing that it can mean, at least, is that we need systems in our life to allow our energy to flow with more concentration. So if I don't have a system in my life for keeping my prana centered, for keeping my life force well concentrated in my central nervous system, this is what yoga practice does. What does that even mean, though? To make sure I'm having my life force concentrated in my central nervous system, that means my mind's going to be more relaxed. And it's going to mean I'm going to have more ability to focus, more ability to feel emotion without the emotion tripping me up and taking me out of my character. What's that look like? My emotion takes me out of my character when I maybe like bite back at somebody, say, I didn't mean this, I didn't mean that. That's what I mean. So when our life force is more concentrated, gives us more steady auric energy, which holds the mind in a more kind of relatively contented space, that allows us to operate with greater emotional intelligence and thus greater intuition. Because when the emotion gets up, the intuition goes down. Because it's the turbulent waves. How can you get down to underneath the surface of the water to where you can just listen? And this is intuition, is listening. It's listening, and not with any preconceived notions of what that even means. And like I'll hear some voice. Sometimes it's just a knowingness, or it's just a feel, or it's just everyone's different. So we all have to learn for ourselves how we deeply listen. And the one thing about it, though, is it's really quite ordinary. It's nothing. We don't need to be on the lookout for special effects, like hearing some voice or seeing some vision or having some dream. If that happens, fine. But this isn't what we're looking for. So anyhow, this is the wisdom of Saturn. Is have enough structure. Saturn is telling us have enough structure in our life, enough discipline to where you have at least some routines that is helping to manage the energy of life in a positive way. And that will help your prana be concentrated. That's why we have boundaries, because I ain't got time for that. I only have so many breaths here. I only have so many things I can spend my life force on. So I have boundaries because I value my life. And so therefore, then you get concentrated prana, which is more powerful. Your aura is stronger in that way. Why? Because I don't have as much life force leaking in areas that it's not very useful, and it's being it's draining. And so then that's baby steps, creating boundaries. Oh my gosh, this is a process that is never ending, and is years and years and years and years and years, just to kind of just get it to where that pranic container is nice and solid. Okay, so then once it's not leaking as much, now you have more life force to use for whatever it is that you're doing in your life, and that type of vitality helps our prosperity, because we become more magnetic. Your magnetism isn't scattered about with as much energy going this way and much energy is going this way, because the emotions are more powerful than the centered prana. So this is the difference between vata, which causes us anxiety and worry and overwhelm, and centered prana, which causes the mind to come into its heightened intuitive state. Both come from the air element, but one gives you windy overwhelm and anxiousness and worry, and the other gives you great sense of awareness. Cool? So that's all we're working with when we're beginning like this, and when we're doing these exercises tonight. We're taking the energy of our life and we're centering it in a rhythm, in a breath rhythm. And then we're inhaling, and you're causing the prana to relax into the central nervous system, the life force, the chi. And then bringing the mind into a relaxed space so that it can open up its higher channels. Okay? And anything that you're unable to do, injuries, anything like this, please don't push yourself. Everybody just do their best. Take care of yourself. Anything you don't quite understand, don't worry. Just do the best you can. Palms pressed together. Inhale. Hey, thanks for watching on YouTube. Best easy way to stay in touch with us. Hit the subscribe button here. You'll see our videos when they come up. If you enjoyed this one, hit the like button. It'll help more people see it, help the channel grow. I appreciate you watching.